Patreon is an online platform that allows you to reward your community with special memberships and special shop. On Patreon, you can create memberships and subscriptions that people can choose from, and that's how you will reward your followers and give them that little extra something from you. And honestly, even if you don't have a following yet, I would suggest you to just start Patreon as if you would have like hundreds of them, because then when you will get popular, people will actually be able to join it and already have some products and some stuff there, which is going to be great, because if they subscribe, then they will not be having like nothing, they will already have a content to choose from. If you don't know me yet, my name is Laura, and on my channel we talk about drawing, we draw, we make stickers, and recently I have this series where I talk about everything small business, and I have a special playlist, so please check that out after this video. But until then, let's go straight into making Patreon and let's show you tips and tricks about the Patreon. Before we actually start signing in and just creating the Patreon itself, we actually have to think about what we're gonna be offering on Patreon. I first created like a little board on Notion, I will show you that in a minute, where I actually created the names for my tiers. I will show you the importance of that. And then I created how many tiers I want, and I created the description, what are they going to be for. It is really important because if you're starting Patreon and you have no idea what you're going to be selling, how many levels you're going to be having, what they're going to be called, what price that will be, this just doesn't make sense then. Like, why are you starting it then? You can have another like website or a place where you can sell your products or whatever you're offering, but you just have to know what you're going to be offering there. And also you just have to know that it is like a monthly commitment. You have to create new content every month, you have to offer something every month, so you have to be up for that commitment. So first of all, let's talk about the tiers. So basically I have this Notion board, and I will also have a Notion video, but that will be like another week. And basically I created my Patreon board. It has all the tiers, all the tier names, and how many, like what the price is going to be and what I'm going to be offering. You will see on my Patreon later that kind of changed, but not everything. I just upgraded it a little bit, and it's okay to upgrade it a bit to make it different because you're learning, you're trying out, so of course you're going to make like difference, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to have a lot of changes. I basically think that your tiers name should be something related to your brand, to your channel, whatever. So if you're on Instagram, let's say, or on YouTube, and if you are like me, let's say, and you have a cottagecore kind of vibe, you sell stickers, you sell digital products, you sell generally art prints, and you draw, and everything is related to, as I said, cottagecore, to woodlands, to animals, to nature, then you're not going to be having some stupid name that has nothing to do with you, that has nothing to do with your brands. You're gonna think about something that is very like close to you, that you love, and you're going to name your tiers after that. I suggest you to be creative here, because it just has to be iconic, it just has to be you, and then people will see, oh my god, what a cool like tier name, I would like to join here. And also for generally marketing and for promoting the products, it's going to be so easy when you will say the name of the tier and then you will write that everywhere, and people will just know that that is your tier. So in my case, as you can see, so that's just an example, I will offer that on Patreon as well. This is like my recent sticker sheet, and I'm very proud of it because I promote it everywhere and I just love to look at it. So basically it has a lot of cottagecore elements, it has a lot of animals, as you can see, muted colors, stuff like that. And if you already know me, you know that I love deer, like they're my favorite animals. I have like this deer temple here, which is just for them. So anyways, I decided to create my tier names based on my favorite animals, and I decided to like play with the words. And the highest tier, so basically the most expensive one, but also where you get the most stuff, It's called Dearest Friends, but like Dearest Friends, if you know. And I just think I like thought of it myself. I think it's on brand, iconic for me, and it's just so fun. And of course, that's my highest tier because I love deer the most, and it just makes sense for me. So try to find something like that makes sense for you and that is iconic. Let's continue with the tiers. So the first tier, which I actually updated the price, it's $1, and it's called the Squirreliest Friends. So I love squirrel, but as I said, the Dearest Friend is my highest tier, and then I just kind of added the names based on like how much I love that animal. So first is Squirreliest Friends, and here I said I would offer photographs that I take because generally I love to take photos of everything. I love to romanticize life and nature, and that would just be so good for me, and I think that people would love to see that and be inspired. And I also said that I would make some seasonal wallpapers, so basically my art, but turned into a wallpaper that people can use for their like screen locks and stuff like that, and also live updates, so what I'm up to, and polls where they can vote. For example, I added that they can vote on whether they want to see the bookmarks, so basically just some polls that people can choose something that I think is important. And then we have the second tier, so also one of my favorite animals, the badger, and then we have Badgerist Friends. So here I said that the price would be $6. I also changed that, made it smaller. And then I said that I would offer, I changed that as well, but Patreon has like ability where you can have a secret shop. I will show you that. And I here added that they would get one with digital file and also everything from previous. It's important to know that like when you offer the highest tier, people will get everything from the previous, but also something new. So basically, if you have tier 3, then people will get everything from the first one, the second one, and also the third one. Then we have my second favorite animal, which is a fox. And then of course we have Foxiest Friends. I said $10. I also think I made it smaller even. And they would get, so basically you just have to always upgrade it and make it bigger every time you like upgrade and make the price bigger and upgrade a tier. So basically you just have to have this beautiful graduation where the like first tier is the most like cheapest and you offer minimal stuff, and then the last tier you can also choose how much tiers you want, and then the last one should be like big and it should be like you offer a lot of stuff, and you have to make it the difference so people can really tell like what is the difference between that $1 and like $10. So then I have this Foxiest Friends tier, and I actually am offering like 3 digital downloads, not just one. And I also added that I would have like discount codes here for my shop so that people can have like a special discount. And if you're on Etsy, I already showed that in my previous video, how you can actually make special discounts. And then I would maybe add a special discount on Patreon here. I have to do that. I haven't done it yet. And as I said, like the last tier is the most expensive one. It is called Dearest Friends. And here I actually chose that I would offer 1 commission per month. So basically, if you subscribe there, then you would get a commission, like art commission from me, whatever you want that I would draw. It would of course be a simple drawing, but like it would be based on you. And also physical, like that is maybe the most important here. You would get physical products delivered to your door. And generally, okay, here I said mentions to the videos. I have to add that. This is a good one. And of course, all from the previous. So basically, what is the difference between 1 and 15? 1 is kind of like you support me, you give me like this $1 so that I can financially generally support myself. And I would offer you something like very simple, but also a nice gesture. And then tier 4, you basically give me a lot of money, but you also get a lot of in return. Because I said that I would have like stickers that I would be giving to people on the mail, and I would like be having like die cut stickers and also bookmarks, so you get a lot even though you pay a lot. Here on Notion I actually had like this plan which didn't exactly live up, but now in this month, like in the June, I will try more, and I already am. I will show you. But here I had this plan for March, what I would be selling. So March wallpapers, spring postcards, then that I have to print that, then bookmarks, then illustrations, for example, animals and flowers, aesthetic photos, and discounts. So that was a good plan, but it didn't live up. But of course you can have like calendar, Notion, or whatever, wherever you want, or generally like in your bullet journal, where you would actually have this space for Patreon and have like these ideas every month what you're going to be offering. And now let's actually go to my Patreon. So basically when you're signing up, it's important because you can have your Patreon as a creator, as you can see, and you can have it as a member. So basically as a member, you can join different and other people's Patreons, and as a creator you offer the Patreon stuff. For example, I have Anna Ludak here. I talk about her a lot, but she is so great, and her Patreon is like something that I live by. It's so beautiful. I am not a member yet, but I'm like a free member, and she is just so amazing. And yeah, so you can basically join other people from here, and you have to make like a creator kind of Patreon when you're signing up. It is also very important that you have like your iconic brand name here. So basically I of course have Dreams by Her because that is my brand, and I will be having this name then for me. And then let's go to settings. And of course you will choose how you want to be paid. They offer PayPal, so I think it's just generally international, a great way that you can be paid. And as everywhere, you're going to be having your about page first. So first steps, what are important is the name. Then you already have the tiers generally put somewhere that you can just copy and paste them. And it's important that you have this banner because people will see that. And I will show you how you can actually view Patreon as like a paid member. So you go to these three little dots and you click paid member. And then it's going to basically show you how that would be seen as if you were a paid member. So basically what I have here are deer, because as I said, that is my brand, that is who I am, that is what I want to be having on my Patreon. I created this banner with Canva. And I created like what people would see first, basically. Those are my colors, my iconic drawings. And basically I just said that they can choose between 4 tiers, get commissions and monthly art and products to their door, because I want to lure them in. I want to like give them highest tier generally from the first like view of my Patreon. And then I also added this little description, which also people see from the start, and it just says that I offer illustrations, art and dreams, which is also on brand for me. Also, a really important information before we continue is that for the cover photo on Patreon, the dimensions are 1600 x 400 pixels, so it is very important so you don't get that wrong. And also make a design a little bit smaller here, because I was trying out a lot of sizes before I actually had a right one. So basically choose those like dimensions but make it a little bit smaller inside. So now we have this about kind of page where people can read a little bit about you. You can add links, and as you can see, I added the YouTube link here and also added my Instagram link here so that people can find me on my most used platforms. You can add whatever you want here, like a website or a social media page. And then I just said like who I am, what is my name, what I love, like generally what I stand for. It is very similar to my Etsy description, but a little bit different, like what I generally love doing. And it's important for me as a creator and an artist that I just generally say to people how I started, that I started digitally drawing on my like phone, and it was just with like finger and not like Apple Pencil and stuff. And it's a funny story, and I love to put it here, and generally what I believe about. And you can add whatever you want here, just make it you, make it a little bit like vulnerable, about you, iconic. Don't make it like something that would be cliche or stupid. Just think about something that would be important to people who see that and that would show you off, and put that in about you page. We came to maybe the most important place and important thing, and that is memberships. So I will basically show you from like this perspective. This is like a page member's perspective, and then we're gonna go like changing them and see how the settings are. So what is really important as well is that you add like a photo of your tier. It's going to be like a very cute and also personalized little detail, and people are going to love it. They're going to be able to see like your art, of course, if you're having Patreon as an artist. And I think it's just a great way to actually like also showcase your art. And as you can see, my photos are related to the names of the tiers, so basically each animal for each tier. And I generally created this art specifically for Patreon, and as you can see, all of the designs here as well are very similar, and then just the animals are what's different. And then let's just see what dimensions are here. It says, as you can see, 460 to 200 pixels, and that's how I went, probably, I think. And yeah, that is basically the dimensions here. And as you can see, I just played around with everything. And first, as I said, I changed it. The first one is $1. You will get wallpapers, PNGs, live updates, and polls. Then we have Badgerist Friends, that is like $3 a month, and you will get, basically I kind of changed it because there is no like one file anymore. There is like 3 zip files, which will include my illustrations, but like just digital download, and also special discount to my shop. Then we have the Foxiest Friends, and I included, so I made it a bit different because in both tiers you can get physical products, but here you will only get the physical products, everything from before, and that's it. But on the Dearest Friends, which is only $3 more, you will also get a commission of your choice. So basically it's very similar, but then I offer something more, and that is commission. And commission are personalized, and they generally can be very expensive. So I think it's a great deal, and it's a great like update. So let's actually see those tiers, but in like a setting kind of way. So you go to membership and then to settings. So first you can have like tier highlighted, what they want to be like having this little title about. So basically like the highest tier, your choice, or the most popular one. And my favorite one is Dearest Friend, so I added this one, but you can have whatever tier that you want here, and then it will be like highlighted, as you can see, highlighted tier. Okay, and when you want to edit each tier, you go to edit. You can customize your tier. So first we have a name. You can add emoji here, which is great, and I love adding them. Then you can actually have a price, and you can have this little like website up there where they actually show you like the details about it, and you can see there like you cannot exactly add more than $20 here. And it's really like great that you would read that maybe before starting out, but yeah. They generally don't like recommend $1, but I think it's like a cool way that people can support you, and I did add $1, and many creators do. Then as you can see, those are the dimensions. Yeah, you basically upload like a cover image. You don't have to, but I would suggest that you do. Then people can like have a free trial here, okay. And then here is where you add the text. I created those little emoji elements with like a special emoji website. You will see, I will link it in the description if you want something like that. And then here, when I have the titles, I just actually bolded them, and generally here I added also a little bit of a sticker element here, like an icon, and then like what I actually offer here. And they get you like this add benefit here, where you can actually like have this like written by them basically, and I don't generally do that. I think it's better when you have it manual. And then you have the advanced kind of settings. For example, if you want to ask them for shipping address, and I added this of course for the Foxiest Friends and Dearest Friends, because there you have to have an address because you're shipping stuff to their door. And generally you can limit basically how many members can join a tier. If you're going to be a bit popular later on, of course you will not be maybe able to have a lot of those shipments and stuff, and then you can add how many people can join, like for example 20 or like only 5. So basically limitation. Here we don't have to have a limitation, but for the like last one, dearest friends, I added 20 people. So let's see the dearest. Let's actually see. I think I didn't add the shipping. Yeah, I didn't add. So I would add ask members here. And then people will be, if you have like this limitation, people will be able to see that this one is like 20 out of like, that it's 20 people and how many joined already. And then if there's like one spot only, then it would be like written 19 out of 20, as you can see. How many are the remaining? Or like 1 out of 20. Then here in the middle, we actually have this shop section. As you can see, you can only see it when you add something, and you can have I think it's an interesting feature, and I will definitely look into it. And you can start selling digital products here, as it says. So basically it's a special shop. It's not like linked to your Etsy or whatever. It's like a special shop only on Patreon. And it's a great way, I think, when you just want to award them like specially. So basically maybe you would offer something that's not on Etsy and it's only special to and specific to your patrons. So basically you also add a title, the price, description, product file, because of course product file, because they're going to be downloading it, and there needs to be like a zip file or something, PDF, doesn't matter. And then how it's going to be previewed, and that's it. We're not going to be doing that now, but it's there if you want to explore this option. And then we have the collections. I also don't have anything here yet. And basically a collection means that there is like your posts or whatever you offer are going to be summed up in this collection, and people will be able to just navigate. It's like a navigation in a way. People will be able to navigate through like all of those stuff that you offer. So basically if you offer, as I said, zip file that is with stickers and with bookmarks and whatever, then you're going to be creating a collection. You're going to call it, I don't know, zip files, and then you will describe that it's about stickers, blah blah blah, and then you're going to create it. And then of course if you, let's just test it out, you're going to be able to add like those posts and everything that you uploaded, probably like a photo, but we're going to be deleting that. It's just when you have a lot of stuff, it's really like a great way to summarize everything, and people can find your stuff like sooner. And then let's see what I have until like now. I have to upgrade it a little bit. Let's go through my first posts. So basically you will create like the first post. It will have like, it's just a suggestion. It will have like a photo and a little description so that people can see what you're about, who you are, what you're going to be offering maybe. So I created this with Canva. I said, welcome my newer potential Patreons. Then I said who I am, also my art that I offer, like that I welcome you, what I will be offering. So a little bit something, you can make it maybe a square photo, maybe you can make a video about it, whatever you want. And then I said just hi, welcome, that I'm happy to start a Patreon, that I have like what vision do I have, that I'm mostly excited about the dearest friends, because then I will, even though it's like expensive, I will be able to share my art to people and to generally a lot of places, which makes me really excited. And then I also signed off, and that is basically it. People will be able to like this, comment, and then you will be able to see the stats. So basically how many people saw this. And I created, and for each post, of course, you can create for what tier it is. So basically I made this one generally visible to everyone. So basically to like free members, to non-members, people will just be able to see that, and that will basically kind of lure them in. So that is like the first post. Then I created this little poll. As I said, it's also for everyone, but it is locked because I only created it for paid members, but of course from tier 1 to tier 4. And I just added like, would you like to see the bookmarks on my shop? Yes or no. And it's like, I was just trying that out, and that's basically it. And then this one is also like for everyone but paid. And this, I created like a calendar, content calendar here, and I think it's like a nice touch because then people can see what you're about, the people can see what you're doing, and of course about the Patreon, like when will they be able to expect your stuff. So people can basically see what they can expect from you and when, because no one really expects you to post every single day on Patreon. That is not important. But as long as you give them the stuff that you actually promised to give them, you're good. And as I said, the content calendar is just people then can know when you're going to be posting something. And it's really important also if you're selling, if you're shipping out the physical products like I am, it's important to let them know when they can expect the shipping. So basically you can just say that if they join like on the 1st of the month, or if they join 5th of the month, then they will actually get that product right away. So basically, maybe you will say that you will be able to ship it right away. But for me and in my case, you will see, I actually said that I would be shipping out stuff at the last day of the month. So basically, whatever day they choose to join, like even if it's like the first one or the 31, like they will get the shipment last day of the month. And that's how I go, that people will be able to see that. You will see that I created like the special photo where that is said, and they will just get the last month, the products, then basically the second, like the other month they will get the product, and like even though they joined in like 1 month, they will get the products in the next month. You can see I created my content calendar here, and I created it with Canva. I kind of like searched for design templates, but I created it with my own style, my own colors, stuff like that. So let's just first see what I created. So basically, first we have like this June calendar for me, and I actually added the colors, so what is for, and then I also added like how you can, for example, my YouTube content plan, generally my tasks, and I added, for example, that on the 12th of June I will be posting downloadable stickers on Patreon, and I will create them later on when I finish this video. And then, as I said, every last day of the month I will send out the mail. And that is my plan. People will be able to see that. There will be no confusion. Then I also decided that it would be fun to have like a weekly calendar where people can see what I'm up to. And then here also a little different design. I really like this one. It's very personalized. Weekly content about maybe Patreon. And also here I'm planning on making like what is coming, what will they get when they join Dearest Friends, and also Foxiest. I have to add this. So basically, here I'm just writing what is included, that there will be no confusion. So basically one sticker sheet, this one is going to be included. And then I just have like this blank space that I will be used for a bookmark and a postcard, and that will be basically shipped to them. So basically, sometimes, as I said, I will offer like a postcard. Sometimes it will be like die-cut stickers, but I will always write down what they can expect. And as I said, you have to subscribe to the, and I changed that, so basically to Foxiest. Foxiest Friends and Dearest Friends tier. So basically I just wrote down the rules which are here. And then I will actually, when I finish the product, I will download this and I will just paste it to my Patreon here, and I will just show you how you can create a post. So there is create, you can add a text, image, link, live stream even, poll, audio, you can have drafts. So then I will be able to basically have an image. Then I will select the image. Maybe I can even add it to a collection. Here are the text. People can also navigate through the text. I will add a title and a description. And then when that is going to be next, I will actually, as you can see, this is where you can control, like, for example, selected tiers. And then I will maybe select, for example, like if I'm just making for them, even though it's like a little preview post, that would be for everyone. But if it's something like related to only those tiers, then I would just click here, text preview, and then I would add publish. I think that so far we actually covered everything that there is to the Patreon page. I'm just going to show you this little navigation on the left side. So basically you have the audience here. You will actually be able to see who's subscribed to you, what is the tier. For now, no one except like my boyfriend, so thanks to him. But hopefully that will change. I'm manifesting that there will be a lot of names here. And you can see here is like the navigation, who are active members, free members, whatever. Then you have the benefits here. Basically what you can track. I don't even know what that is really, but yeah, I think you can just generally track the audience, the links. I have no idea about this yet. And of course, like, you also have this option about who exited your surveys, which is also very like fun thing to do. And okay, the blocked users. And then you have also the insights, so basically how people are like joining, maybe who is like not subscribing the next month, who is quitting. You have all of this here, your earnings, your posts, your service, your traffic. And it's really important, like the traffic is interesting feature because you can see people just generally who saw your profile. Maybe they didn't click or something, but who saw it. So basically from Patreon, from direct, you have people, you can see those like people who just saw your profile here. Then you have the payouts. As you can see, you can actually add PayPal here. You have to add payment method here. Okay. Then you have the community stuff here. This is new to them. Community chats. Okay. Then you have the notification, nothing too important here. And then the settings, as I showed you earlier. And that is a wrap. So we basically covered everything about Patreon that there is to know. So now I'm actually going to be summarizing what is important for you in the first steps. The first step, don't even make Patreon. First, think about what you're going to be offering. Can you commit to that, like monthly? So what you're going to be offering and how are you going to name your tiers? So not even the designs, just how you're going to name them, what price they will be. And as I said earlier, you can have like 4 tiers, 2 tiers, 3, it doesn't matter, like 8 of them. It just matters that you think about what you're going to be offering, that every tier has something more to offer than the previous one, and just write that down, have it all planned out. Don't get discouraged if there is like no people here, as in my case, there is no people yet, but I'm manifesting. And as I said, you just have to have a lot of products in order for people to then see your Patreon. They're going to see, oh my God, they have this, and this. And then they will actually want to subscribe even more. So you just have to post a lot of maybe promotions on your social media, Pinterest, YouTube, like Instagram, and you just have to showcase the tiers, what you're going to be offering, showcase that highest tier, show to people what you can offer, what they can get, so that they can get free, I mean not free, but like that they can get the products each month delivered to their door, and just generally showcase that. Be proud of your Patreon and promote it, because as I said, if you're going to be growing as a person, as a channel, as like a social media influencer or whatever, then people will most likely to be click on your Patreon, and then they will be able to see a lot of products that they can choose from, and they will of course be more likely to click and be a member. I really hope that you liked this video and that you learned something new. If you have any questions about Patreon or starting your small business, please leave them in the comments. I will be so happy to answer your questions. Please watch this playlist of my small business videos next, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye guys!